everybody, happy Tuesday, and I hope you're all raring to go this morning with your maths. So we're going to be looking at right angles today, and we did touch on these yesterday, but we're going to just deepen our understanding a little bit more today. So looking at angles, yesterday we learned that angles were where two lines meet at a point, and obviously the circled ones showed where these are, how they are angles because there's two lines meeting at a point and the angle is the part in the middle. I'm remembering that we show this using an oval or a curved line. So just like this, the curve to show where the angle actually is. So right angles, we did start to look at this yesterday, how a right angle is 90 degrees, it looks like an L, so if you put up your L on your left hand, you can see that this part here would be the right angle. So to show where a right angle is, a square would fit in the middle of where the angle would be, so that shows 90 degrees because that's where the square would fit. Now, it doesn't matter where it is, whether it's in a shape, whether it's on a line, we would always draw, you could either draw the full square or just as I've done with just the two lines that meet, you just need to show that it looks like a square, so you could just draw the two lines, which is much easier to do. So obviously when we go on to drawing where right angles are, you can just draw that in instead of having to draw a full square. It doesn't matter which way the shape is, as you can see here, all of these show right angles. They're not all upright, they're not all L's facing the right way, but they're all tilted on the side. So if you actually put your finger as an L, you can actually put these on the screen to see that they are all L's. So it doesn't matter if the shape rotates or changes in direction or shape, as long as there is still a right angle where a square would fit, it would still be a right angle. So I'd like you to have a go at doing some of these questions. Now, have a go finding all the right angles, and then I'm going to go through the answers. And then at the end I've given you an extension activity for those children that might whiz through this as super speedy, who want to do something else to really deepen their understanding. So let's have a look at the answers then. So for number one, you should have drawn, it says there is at least one right angle in each of these. Please have a look to find them and show where they are. So you should have drawn all your right angles using your squares, just your two lines to show a square, just like the examples on A, B, C, D, and all the way up to F. Then for part two, question 2, a rectangle has 4 right angles. Can you mark these on the rectangle? So you should be able to see that on each corner there is a rectangle. There is a right angle. Question 3, Alex and Jack are identifying right angles. Alex says both of the angles are right angles. Jack says, I disagree, the first one's a right angle, but the second one is a left angle because it is on the left of the line. Who do you agree with? Well, Alex is obviously correct because they are both right angles. We always call it a right angle, we never call it a left angle. Even though Jack is correct on saying that the angle is on the left of the line, it's still called a right angle because that's just what we call all 90 degrees angles. Even if the shape has rotated or the angle's in a different point, it is still a right angle. Number 4, Dexter is facing north, he turns a quarter turn. Do you agree with Dexter? He says, this is the same as one right angle. Well, yes, it is, because if it's a quarter turn, the quarter goes from, say, if you go from north to east, you have turned a quarter, you've turned 90 degrees, so he is correct. Question 5, complete the sentences. So a quarter turn is equal to one right angle. A half turn is equal to 2 right angles, 3/4 turn is equal to 3 right angles, and a whole full turn is equal to 4 right angles. If you needed to draw this to see, you could have also done that. Now it says draw the right angles and the shape. You could have used your finger to try and find all the L's. Obviously A and B are rectangles, so they have them there. C obviously has it in the corner, and D has the bottom two. You could also say that the top part of the house, right at the top, that could also, sometimes that is a right angle as well, but obviously it depends on the drawing. Look at the number of right angles in each shape, sort them into the correct table. Now what I would have suggested doing first was to go and label all the right angles and draw these on your shapes to find out if they had 1, 2, 3, 4 or 0 right angles. So that's where you should have got your answers for these. Number 8, Teddy and Whitney are identifying right angles. Teddy says, I can see 5 right angles, whereas Whitney says, I can see 6. Now, if you draw on your right angles, you will have been able to see how many you have found. Now, mine isn't correctly drawn to scale like theirs is done, but if we find them, I've got 1 there, 2, I've got 3, 4, 5, but then I have actually got 6, which is just there. So some of you might not have seen that one, but that's your 6. So Whitney is correct with 6. And finally, looking at question 9, how many right angles can you see? Draw these on the picture. Now, obviously, those are the ones that they found, so well done if you've got all of those right. But there are actually a few more. So there's one that you can see either side of the chimney up at the top. That's a right angle there. So if you've got those as well, well done for that. So I'd love to see these on Seesaw, so please put the pictures on Seesaw of your work, and then moving on, there's the extension activity next. So if you've finished all that and you're wanting something else to do to really continue to develop that, what you could do is there's 2 things you could do. You could draw your own picture or shape or anything you want to do, so just like the house, and can you then go and draw in all of the right angles that you can see in there. Alternatively, you could also write the capital letters of the alphabet, A to Z, and see which letters have right angles and which ones don't. And if you'd like to put those on Seesaw as well, I'd love to see those as well. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll be in touch tomorrow.